Mom pew 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 in front of 4-year-old son while hiding from dad in the laundry room. In the laundry room. Fool, this is fucked up. I ain't even gonna lie, this is fucked up. Wait no time for y'all hear the sirens outside. Y'all please, oh my god. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Drop the comments in the comment section. So I can get put on the algorithm and I can blow up. Oh my god, y'all hear it? It's getting louder. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Please comment now. So we could blow up in the event, man. Say goodbye.
A nursing student shot to death in front of her 4-year-old son as they hid from the boy's father in their laundry room. We have details about how that little boy was able to help detectives. Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. This story is just so incredibly sad. Reelykt was a nursing student in Pinole, California, north of San Francisco.
Why had a nursing bit match with me
on February
on
16th,
Tinder the other
police
day,
launched
right?
a search for Reelykt's ex, Jeffrey
She looked
Kendall.
straight in the face,
After receiving
but
a
that bitch, she
911
was a white
call
bitch.
that
She
Kendall
had
had
all
shot
buku
her
makeup, of
as
course,
she
you
and
know
their
what I'm
son
saying?
hid from him
But
in a
that bitch had
laundry
a
room.
huge ass
A
camel
neighbor's
toe,
home
fool.
security
Like,
camera
you could tell, you
actually
could see the
recorded
lump through
Kendall
her
running
jeans
away
and
from
her
the
dress.
house.
I'm like, boy,
State
fuck,
troopers
no.
captured Kendall later
You
that
had fun
evening,
with that,
90 minutes
goddamn.
away in Santa
Telling the truth,
Cruz.
she was a pretty
Reelykt
ass white bitch.
told a
Oh
San
God,
Francisco TV
that bitch
station
had
last
well, her
month
camel
that
toe.
Brittany's 4-year-old son repeatedly said, "Mommy's dead,
No,
Mommy's dead." But police say that little
hell
boy
nah.
helped them with their investigation.
I had to unmatch
Brittany
her
has been
ass. Oh
described as a
God.
sweet person who was working toward her goals. She was also a loving mom. Friends of Brittany's mother have started a GoFundMe page for her. So far, it has raised more than $22,000. Joining me to discuss this incredibly disturbing case is the public information officer for the Pinole Police Department in California. He's Commander Matt Avery. Commander Avery, this case is just beyond the pale. So many of these cases we cover are. So take me back to the very beginning.
On February 16th at about 8:45 in the morning, we received calls in regards to a subject trying to break into an apartment, lower apartment of a house. And it turned out it was the ex-boyfriend of our victim, and tragic case of domestic violence. He broke in, and during the confrontation with the victim, she was shot and killed in the presence of their 4-year-old son.
When you all got there, was the little boy there with his mother, or tell me what you all found?
The 4-year-old had made his way up to the upper portion of the house. It's got a main house on the upper floor and then 2 apartments, and he had made his way up to the upper unit where his grandfather, the suspect's father, lived, and that's where the officers found their son.
Oh my goodness. And it's my understanding, obviously, the 4-year-old witnessed this. I just can't even imagine what that little boy is going through. Do you know how he's doing right now?
I don't know specifically how he's doing. Obviously, very traumatic event for him. As
Yo, I don't fuck with nobody, but what?
He was
coming to shoot you in the head.
Young man. Provided us information.
Nigga, what?
He is safe with other family members at this time.
Just the fact that a 4-year-old was able to provide information after witnessing his mother being murdered is pretty stunning to me, but I know that the kids are capable of amazing things. Jeffrey Kendall fled, so there was a search for him, so tell me a little bit about that.
We were aided by multiple agencies, and also through the automatic license plate reading technology, we were able to track his movement periodically as his vehicle hit on those different cameras. So we knew the general area he was in. We sent out a statewide bulletin to all of our law enforcement partners, entered the license plate as a felony want vehicle in the national system, and he was picked up down in Santa Cruz by CHP later that evening, and he was taken into custody without incident.
So he wasn't on the run all that long. You were able to keep up with him, it sounds like.
No, it was, I think, around 10:30, 11 o'clock that night. So fortunately, we were able to, with our allied agencies, take him into custody and get him off the streets quickly.
Were there any other past instances of domestic violence involving Jeffrey Kendall and Brittany Lidgus?
We did not have any records involving calls for service up at that house or between the two of them.
And I know you had asked the public for assistance, but obviously you would want to get him off the street as soon as possible, even though you were able to track him, but you were still wanting the public to call in. Did you all receive a lot of calls letting you know that people had seen him?
We got several calls throughout the evening, and we really appreciated the public's assistance in that. Primarily, it was the license plate reading cameras that gave us the confirmed locations as to where he was. Obviously, when you get a hit on one of those cameras, it's all about having officers in that area at the time. So we knew the general area, but when the license did hit on the cameras, we weren't able to take him into custody at that time. And it turned out just to be a routine traffic stop for driving without headlights on that led to his arrest.
Of course it was a routine traffic.
Homicide charge.
But they always gonna say it's a traffic stop. It's always a traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. It always gotta be a traffic stop.
And he's accused of having
just be for real, fool, and be like, y'all been had a BP sent that on, bro.
Those two charges, as you mentioned,
in his whole family. Come on now.
Tomorrow. One charge of an assault weapon. He was found in possession of several guns. I believe it's 3. None of them are registered. They're ghost guns, which is a common nowadays, where you can get some parts over the internet or even out of state, and then finish off building the gun, through illegally obtained parts, and even printing them on a 3D printer. And so he was found with multiple guns. One of them was classified as an assault weapon, and that is what he's been charged with, in addition to the homicide and felony child endangerment.
Did he make any statements when he was taken into custody?
No, he invoked his right to silence and representation, so did not make any statements to our investigators.
But back to this whole thing about the ghost guns, really briefly. The ghost guns, that's becoming a bigger and bigger problem.
It's an epidemic across the United States on how to, regulate and track the guns and
you gotta listen to what they say.
It's it can be a two-edged sword.
Not what they say, but how they say it.
Better, but at the same time, can lead down to some nefarious roads where, if you're not a law-abiding citizen, you can take advantage of that and, create safety hazards for law enforcement and the general public.
Commander Avery, you're in law enforcement, so you see the worst of the worst. You see awful, awful things. Have you ever seen a case like this? Domestic violence is obviously awful, but a man accused of killing the mother of his child in front of the child. He's going to have problems, issues, likely for the rest of his life.
No, this is a case that has affected quite a few of us here at the Pinole Police Department. All the way from our dispatchers who took the call,
well, they don't give a fuck about that shit.
Responded to the evidence technicians, and
they just talking about the length
of property evidence
procedure that they got to go through. They don't care about their family,
children, or grandchildren, and so Reelykt.
Promise you, they don't care about a particular family at all, unless it's one of them.
You
feel me?
4-year-old son, endured that day, and will face.
For him to just even say some shit like that, I don't even want to watch the rest of this video.
It did hit home very closely for a lot of our officers and personnel, and so just tragic case, and even the 4-year-old's grandparents, extended family. It's a tragedy.
Yeah, it absolutely is a tragedy, and this is something they'll be living with for the rest of their lives. They'll never get over it. And you guys are you did what you could do. This is what you can do, is get an arrest and seek justice for the family. Commander Avery, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
Jeffrey Kendall remains in custody at the Contra Costa County Jail, where he's being held on a $1.2 million bond.
Woo!
He was scheduled to appear in court on Friday to enter a plea, but at the time of this recording, that hearing had not yet taken place. We'll stay on top of the case to let you know what happens. That's it for this edition of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you back here next time. Until then, have a great night.
Now, it's the morning time. Well, have a great night. Fool, oh my God, that was some crazy stuff. Fool, that was some crazy stuff. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all comment what y'all want to see next. And I'm going to see y'all next video for big brr.